Hey, everybody. I'm Matt.
I'm Deanna.
And this is Chasing Balance. Welcome to Chasing Balance. We know it's been a minute since we've been behind the mic or released a new podcast. Life got busy, summer, kids, sports, home repairs, and all the chaos.
The fun stuff.
Yep. All the stuff that comes with kids being on break.
And being alive and being an adult.
Yeah, that part sucks.
It really
the whole
does.
live part. You know.
Oh, well, no. The adults, the adult part.
We do want to say thank you for everybody that has continued to download our episodes. And I know that we got some new listeners as well. So it wasn't our intention to leave everybody hanging. Things just kind of got busy all at once.
It was too much. There was too much going on.
Yeah.
We had too many things.
So, and I was thinking, as I was thinking about this episode and coming back, like, do we need to explain why we were gone? Like, I was getting defensive about it. I'm like, we should.
You always do.
I know, I always do. I always think, oh, all these people that listen to us want to fight us now.
Yes. You always think that there's, no matter what turn you take, there's going to be a fight.
Well, so yeah. I came to the realization that, yes, we should explain it. And, we do apologize. Things came up, but, Chasing Balance, this was one of those things that kind of got put on the back burner, but we do hope to, as things calm down a little bit, hope to start releasing episodes on a better cadence than once every 3 or 4 months. So,
I feel like we could do better.
So life lately, like, we're going to share a little bit of highlights, a little bit of struggles that we've had for the past few months. One of the biggest things, and I don't know if you want to talk about it, is, we had some successes with our parenting moments as far as homeschooling goes during the summer.
Yeah, we did. The boys figured out a schedule that worked for them. Max learned how to read over the summer. That was his big thing. And he also worked on math. Those are his 2 big things for over the summer. And Brayden Press kind of just went along and they created their own schedule, figured out what goals they wanted to do for over summer break, and really pushed through. And it was definitely beneficial when they came back to start the school year. Absolutely.
And one of the things, I guess here's a little hack for you, a little parenting tip. One of the things that Max used that helped him read. Now, the parents do have to be involved in this, but one of the things that we did get for him was an app called, it's just simple, reading.com. And it's an app. We used it on the iPad and taught him how to, read, sound out words, the short letter sounds, the long letter sounds.
Yeah, and there was games. He really likes it.
And then you got presents after every day, right? And the really nice thing about it is that, especially for the first day, Max wanted to keep going. And the app basically gave you kind of a notification to the parent. Because there's some parts where the parent has to read and then you ask for your kid's response, kind of like a teacher,
like a
student.
Class.
Yeah.
Class setting.
And he wanted to do more. And I went to go unlock more, and it actually gave me a warning like, hey, parents, just so you know, kids learn better in small doses. We suggest that you don't move on to the next lesson. So we just stuck with the
1 a day.
Yeah, the 1 a day and what the plan wanted for, or the plan that was built on reading.com. So no sponsorship there, but it seemed to work out for Max, and it was pretty fun.
Yeah, it was. I enjoyed it. I wish we had it when the other 2 were learning how to read. Although Preston, he just taught himself how to read. I really didn't help with any of that. He literally came out of the womb and was like, I got this, lady. Back off.
Different kids, that's for sure.
Yes.
So some personal growths for us. I don't know if we really had any personal growths besides learning new things about insurance and working with insurance claims and insurance damage on homes. Like that was crazy. We have a home that was beat up, let's just say, from the ice damage that was up north.
Yeah,
and
it was affected.
Insurance companies do not want to pay out stuff, and we had to keep hounding them to fix stuff. And it was ridiculous. But you, as far as like personal growth and new hobbies, you started a new hobby.
I did. I really embraced this middle age aspect, and I taught myself how to hand embroider or embroider by hand. I don't know.
It's not crochet. It's embroidery.
No. Yeah, it's embroidery. It's definitely not crochet. I already know how to crochet. That was my teens. I learned how to do that in my teens.
You're an old soul.
Sit there, sip coffee.
Yeah.
Crochet.
Have some tea.
Yeah. No, but
What was that voice?
I have no idea. But it's been fun. But I also realized that it was a terrible, terrible thing to learn while you're getting older, because I cannot thread a freaking needle to save my life, and I had to
need like a magnifying glass.
Well, I had to use the headlamp. Well, and then also to add fuel to this ever-growing middle-aged fire, I used Matt's headlamp so that I could see and focus in on threading the needle, because my eyes are failing me. So that was...
You were like upstairs in our bed, looking like you were fixing the plumbing with the headlamp on, but you're actually just embroidering something.
Yeah. So with that being said, Matt did gift me a wonderful neck lamp for my birthday, so that I don't look like a homeless person just sitting in our bed.
Growing old is amazing.
And this sucks so much.
It's a talent, actually, the way that you're doing it.
No shame.
No shame. Nope. So, and then there wasn't really anything that happened unexpected to us. Obviously, that ice storm that happened earlier in the year. So the insurance thing, that was kind of crazy. We did find a contractor that has been really good fixing the things on the home. But as far as unexpected goes, one unexpected thing did happen with the kids, is that we wanted to go, and we told them we were going to go to Ohio and get myself a new motorcycle.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And when we got there, obviously there was a new puppy. So we
obviously, how would they know that? They don't know our
obviously.
level
Okay.
of
Did I say
crazy.
obviously? Okay. There was a puppy there. So we did adopt a new puppy.
Okay, hold on before you go on to the next thing.
What?
Brayden's response, we pull up into this person's driveway, and it was like this farm, right?
Yeah.
And Brayden, like this guy's just walking with the puppy in his hands, and Brayden just goes, "Why is this guy walking up to us with a puppy?"
He's got my street smarts.
He was just like, "What is going on here?"
So, and it's a beagle puppy. We had a beagle in the past. We always wanted to get another one because we loved our other beagle. But it just wasn't the right time, especially with having 3 kids and another dog. So we did get a new puppy, and it's going pretty well so far. And the 2 dogs get along. And she just kind of likes to still get into some mischief.
She does. And I was really happy. I love beagles, and she is adorable and so cute, but she is also kind of a bitch. And the part that they didn't tell us was, okay, yes, she was the runt of the litter, and we knew that she was going to be tiny, right? But I didn't realize how tiny she was going to be. And this little lady fits through the fence.
Yep.
Because she's so tiny. And then that also means that she fits through the catwalk railings.
Yep.
And so you can block off the upstairs, but she can just shimmy on through like a freaking bat.
Yeah, so anything that we have to deter her, she can sneak through because she's so tiny. So
yeah,
she's not a full-size beagle. I don't think she'll ever be a full-size beagle. She's going to be like a mix between like a
So they call it a
pocket.
A pocket beagle.
Pocket beagle, yeah.
So she's smaller than what the 13 and the 15 inch typical beagles are.
But that's not what we were going for.
No, that's not what we were going for. It was false advertisement.
But we love her. We wouldn't trade her.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know. Send us your offers. We'll send pictures.
Some days.
So
send us your offers.
Going back to kind of, what the podcast is about, of chasing balance during the summer when we took the break off of, doing the podcast, and we had started getting other things coming in, like, soccer full time, and then football starting back up again and all that stuff with training. Did you feel out of balance at all this summer, or did you feel like you were pretty balanced?
I don't know. I felt mildly balanced until we hit like August.
Right.
And then once everything started, it was just kind of like, oh yeah, I forgot how much this is just hell. Like eating dinner at 3 p.m. every day so that everybody can make it to practices on time. And then getting home and them needing to eat again because they've burnt off everything that they've eaten.
Yeah.
And I forgot how much I hate that, but also how much I love watching them play and being like happy and growing athletically and everything. But it's just,
they say there's two types of parents when sports comes up. Either the ones that eat at 3:30 or the ones that eat at 9:30.
Yeah, I can never be the 9:30.
Yeah, we're the family that eats at 3:30.
This person right here, I turn into a gremlin if I do not eat.
You don't say. You don't say.
I turn into a different person, and that person is not human. That person is just a terrible version of what a human should be.
We all get hangry, especially,
Yeah, but
Max.
I get like, yes. See? And I use the kids as a way to get me to not be the reason why everybody's angry. I'm like, well, we need to eat because Max is going to turn into a crab. When we all know that I'm the first to go.
So this summer we did kind of focus on a few different things. Obviously, the school that we preached about in our previous episode, we did do that. We did take care of the summer school, and as far as a small win goes, Max got into the advanced kindergarten.
Yep.
So he had to test to see if he could read. We focused on reading.
Well, it was more so reading and math were the two things that they really focused in on, but math was always a strong suit for him. He just really had to focus on the reading. But yeah, he did that. He achieved it. He was so excited. Yeah. And the only reason why he wanted to get into that classroom was because they had Legos.
Yeah.
And he was like, yes, I did it. He was so excited. We get there day one. He's like, where are the Legos? And his teacher was like, oh, they lost the Legos in the move. The look that he gave me, like, are you fucking kidding me?
All that work for nothing?
I had never gone to Target so fast in my life. I bought so many Legos and I brought them back to the classroom and I was like, here you go. And she's like, oh my gosh, that is such a nice offer. And in my head, I'm like, you do not know what my kid just went through for 3 months.
So that was a small win. Right. Then obviously we got the house cleaned up and all that stuff was going right. There's another small win. Preston's back in football, doing amazing. Brayden's back in soccer, doing amazing. So yeah, we had a few small wins there. And I mean, I can't really think of anything personal for me. But to see that oh, you know what? I scratched that. We've had this issue with Max for a long, long time. And I think I want to do an episode on this about what is in our food and what we're feeding our kids.
Yeah.
But we've had this issue where, and maybe some of you guys can relate to this, where, I mean, bedtimes were a struggle. He'd get out of his bedroom 6, 7, 8, 9 times. And, you'd have to threaten to take away something or, and nothing worked. And finally,
positive reinforcements, negative consequences. It was just Nothing worked.
Yeah, I mean, and we tried like the sticker chart of, hey, if you do 10 good nights in a row where you don't get out of your bedroom, we'll put a sticker on the chart every morning, then we'll get you Lego. That worked for like 2 weeks, and then it never worked again. Prizes didn't work. The negative reinforcement didn't work at taking anything away. And then finally we just stepped back, and Deanna went through the entire pantry and looked at all the ingredients and everything that we're giving them. Stuff that we would think that would be okay or healthy, like a granola bar every now and then, or like one of those push pops, like the ones that gave Joker the scars,
Otter Pops?
The Otter Pops. Yeah. Like, I understand. I'm not stupid. I understand that they have sugar in them, but you wouldn't think they'd have as much as they had in them. So we went.
Or even applesauce pouches.
Yeah. Applesauce pouches, juice boxes, anything that even says that it has like a natural flavor or natural, what does it say? Natural flavors inside. They're not natural. And it's just a bunch of added sugar. And so anyways, long story short, we just woke up one day and we said, or one night we got frustrated and we said, no more sugar for Max ever. But I mean, it was like that for like 2 months.
Yeah.
And his attitude.
Hold on. We limited the sugar. We said anything that's over 7 grams of sugar in like a container, in whatever it is.
Yep.
No.
So we put the
7 is no.
You put the snacks down low that he could have.
Yes.
And then the higher sugar snacks up top for the boys can have. And then I feel like shit because we had higher sugar snacks for the older kids and lower sugar snacks for the younger kid. But it was night and day his attitude of how he was acting and how he was treating us. And then,
but I mean, and since then we have really evened it out, right? There's a lot of stuff that we do not buy anymore because we're just like, you know what? If it's not good for Max, it's probably not good for the rest of us either.
Right.
And
now they do have, as far as like a dessert goes, we did find, I can't remember the name of the brand now. Lindman's or something like that. I'll look it up. But they have sugar-free cookies. Now, obviously, there's sugar substitutes in them, but we only allow Max to have one, cookie at lunchtime and one cookie at dinner. And it's just, a reward for him. I'm looking up the name of the brand.
Yeah, and then we also had to carrying forward into class.
Oh yeah, tell him about that story.
Okay, so I think that the biggest aspect of it was that he realized the difference, and he was having better days and he was in a better mood, and he was realizing that when he had high amounts of sugar, he couldn't control his emotions.
Yep.
And so then he was on board with it, and it wasn't a struggle. It wasn't like, oh, well, buddy, this has a lot of sugar in it. We can't have this. And, temper tantrum city, He
would actually come to us and be like, hey, is this low sugar? Can I have this? And if we said no, he would go and he would find something different. And if you can hear the howling in the background, that's our baby beagle howling at something.
So then day 1 of school, I get the Legos. He has a great day. He comes home and it is called Vormint. Vortmans. Nobody's going to
spell it out. This is the sugar-free.
Vortman. Vortman. It sounds like a villain.
Yeah.
It is. Okay. But anyway, day 1, he comes home from school and it is like he cannot regulate himself. He is having like a crazy meltdown. And I'm sitting here thinking like, okay, it was just a really long day, first day of kindergarten. And Matt immediately goes, what did you eat today?
Yeah.
And he tells us that they had a birthday treat that was like this huge cupcake with like a bunch of
layer upon layer. It was like a cupcake sandwich or something.
Yeah, it was something insane. And the next day I brought a package of his cookies and was like, hey, this is what he can have for the birthday treats. Please do not give him any of the other like sugary snacks.
And what's surprising is that, and I know that we've talked about this before, like how we talk to our kids like an adult. You'd be surprised at, as long as you have a substitution or something like that and explain to them when they're actually calm, not when they're throwing their fit, that he understands. Like he'll come home now and be like, "Oh, Mom, we ran out of the treats my treats because they had another birthday party today." And there's been like 20 birthday parties
so
already.
many kids. Yeah. Everybody's having a freaking birthday.
So he just tells us like, "Hey,
it happens every year."
We know what those parents were doing during the winter.
Yeah, they were bored.
So he understands and he asks and he inquires about stuff. And no, we didn't, kill his childhood. He's still allowed to have, a special thing here and there. We got a fire pit. So we went out and got plant-based marshmallows and some sugar-free Hershey bars. And so we're still including him in like festivities, and he's still happy about it. But we have noticed this shift in his attitude almost from day one.
Yeah, and I will say that this is going to be an evolution in this on my end, because I am not 100% convinced that it is sugar.
You think it's the dyes?
I think that it is dyed, or it's the dyes, and it's a lot of the other processed stuff that's inside the food, because he can get away with having like one of the granola balls that I make that has high sugar, but it's just
natural
4 ingredients.
Not really natural, but yeah.
And then he can get away with having like a small one of my cookies that it's all ingredients that I know, and I make it and it doesn't have like 100 other additives and crap like that. So I think that sugar does play a lot into it, but I also firmly believe that it has a lot to do with dyes and other processed stuff inside of it.
Right. Now, so if you look at, now the picture's blurry or something, but like the crazy stuff that you have to look at is when you're buying, and I keep on talking about this. This will be a whole nother episode. We'll talk about it. You guys will probably be bored out of your mind, but but like even the stuff that you can buy. So the Otter Pops, he loved those. Those are the little freeze pops in the clear thing, the clear wrapper that cut the sides of your mouth.
They were like unnatural shades of blue, green, red, pink, purple.
So we're looking up different options, and we're like, well, then let's get him organic ones or 100% fruit ones. The same company, 100% fruit juice Otter Pops. It's kind of blurry, but they still include, even in this, it still includes 3 grams of added sugar. Total sugar is 10 grams.
Yeah.
I understand that juice and stuff has natural sugars in it.
Yeah.
But they add sugar into this 100% juice. So
and
it's
also, if there's anybody out there that's like, "Oh, well, just make them yourself." I tried that route.
Mm-hmm.
I did it. I bought the packages. I made them and I froze them and everything. My kids looked at me like it was poison. And either I didn't get a recipe correct, or they're just extremely picky. I don't know. It didn't work. That wasn't for us.
It tasted too natural. You didn't put the added sugar in there.
I didn't
you
add
need to
sugar.
put that 3 grams of added sugar in there. So looking ahead, what you can expect from us, we hope to obviously have a show once a week for you. We're still looking at the dates. We'll probably still do it on Thursdays, because this one's going to drop on Thursday, which is when you hear it and download it, because it's not Thursday right now.
It's a different day.
It's a different day. We're actually talking to you from wait, are we in the future right now? We're in the future right now.
We are.
We are. That's pretty cool. Anyways, so we're going to try to do a show episode every single week. We don't know what day it's going to be, but right now, obviously, it's Thursday. We're looking at what the most popular times that people listen to our episode and download it, so we can actually have it to you when you want it.
That's a fun research project for you.
No, we got some pretty good stats on our RSS feed, so just have to look into that. And then we obviously don't want this to be led by us. We want questions, comments. You can always email us at chasingbalance or info@chasingbalance.info. You can send us a message on social media. You can leave us a review. We've had someone actually a few months ago, which we apologize to respond to this so late, but a listener named Sarah stated that she has kids ranging from a toddler to a teenager. Wanted to know how old our toddler is. So our toddler, Max, his name is...
his name's Max.
Yeah, his name's Max. He's 5 years old. I don't know if that's still considered a toddler.
It's a small person.
It's a small person. So, but Sarah wanted to know why and when do we give our kid, Max, a gaming system? Because on one of our episodes, we talked about how Max would play the Switch with his brothers.
Yeah.
I honestly don't know when we gave him his own, but we had like an extra one lying around. It's kind of like
third kid rule. Like I feel like we were really strict with the firstborn, and it was a lot later. And then by the time he had the third, it's kind of survival mode, and he came across it and he wanted to give it a shot. And
FOMO, right?
Yeah.
Like his older brothers have it.
Yeah, you play with them, and he wanted to be included with what you were doing with the other boys.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so he probably got more into it when he was probably 4.
And we did I did the same thing with Preston. I used to be like really into, this is gonna sound horrible. I used to be really into Grand Theft Auto. And I would play it on the PlayStation. And Preston would want to know how to play that game. Not really that game. He really wouldn't pay attention to the screen, but he would want to play with Dad. So I would just give him a dummy controller or a controller that wasn't turned on, and he would just use it.
You played GTA with him?
Not with him, no.
But he sat there and watched you shake down people, steal their cars.
I never did that. I was a law-abiding citizen inside of GTA 5. Yes, I was.
Okay, later in your GTA career, then you started to be the police officer, right?
Right. Oh, yeah, right. Yeah, so we'll just say that. I was, we'll say I was a law enforcement officer on there. So it's kind of like they just want to be a part of it. I'm just going to change the subject real quick. They just want to be a part of it, and that's what Preston did. And then Preston with him, we ended up getting him because he wanted to play a video game. We ended up getting him Marvel Legos for the PlayStation, and him and I beat that game 100% together until Brayden deleted the file. But we beat that together. So why did we give our kids a gaming system? Preston, it was just something that, the first kid, it was just something that I did. As a kid, I had a Nintendo. I had the Nintendo 64. We had an Atari. It was something that we did. And we looked at, when we were kids, I don't think our parents looked at video game systems as this horrible thing, right? No. It was just another game. It was like a handheld game, or like one of those little push bubble things where you try to get the rings on it or something, just more advanced.
Yeah, they didn't do a 60-minute thing about it. They were more into, but our parents didn't know, they did do 60-minute, like they had the freaking, it's 10 p.m. Do you know where your child is? They didn't pay attention to us.
That's true. Well, that's real wild. Care. So, and then, going to Brayden, and then obviously Brayden wanted to hang out with his older brother. So then he would end up using a Switch or the Wii or whatever it was. And then obviously Max got to a certain age where he would go around and just like the kid wants to grab your phone and use your phone or talk on it or pretend or, all that stuff. So, really it comes down to that kids are growing up in a digital world, and exposure helps them to become comfortable with technology. It builds familiarity with touchscreens, menus, and navigation. And it also helps with cognitive development. Age-appropriate games encourage pattern recognition, memory, and critical thinking, like figuring out a puzzle. Now, I don't know if anybody's ever played that Lego Marvels or any Lego game on a gaming system, but it is nothing but puzzles.
It is, yeah. You have to... And sometimes it's really hard for me, and I love puzzles, But I have to go over to you for you to figure it out.
I mean, it's a great game. Like if there's somebody on the fence about, you know, or if they're asking like, I don't know what game to get for my kid, Lego is a great
Lego
starting point.
Worlds is trash in my mind.
Yeah, that's
I
kind of
do not like
that's
Lego
hard.
Worlds.
The navigation on that is pretty hard.
I love Legos, and
Yeah.
that one makes me never want to touch a Lego.
So
I'll be honest with you. But like the Marvel superheroes and there was another one. The Lego movie one.
yeah,
That was
they have
kind of
Lego Jurassic Park. They have
Yeah.
all those.
yeah. But I really liked the superhero one.
And it's fun for the parents to play with the kids too, so you can help them out. It's fun for it's kind of like Lego version of GTA in a way.
Yeah,
You
but
can
then
steal a car in Lego
you
or in
can.
Lego Marvel.
Yeah, and then when you die, it just kind of like throws them into like a bunch of Lego pieces.
Yeah, and you respawn, unlimited lives, all that stuff.
Yeah, so it's fun.
So now using this, what I just said about the, you know, age appropriate games that encourage pattern recognition, memory, and critical thinking, like figuring out a puzzle. It also helps with hand-eye coordination and reaction time, and sharpens reflexes. And I know that sounds stupid to some people that are against giving your kid a video game or a handheld or something like that. But if you really think about it, if your kid handed you a video game that they were playing, it would take you probably a good few days or a week or 2 weeks to figure out the controls on how to use it. And we use this example with Brayden. We were telling him about how he needs to focus on some of his soccer skills. And he said, well, I can't do that. It's hard to do that. It's hard to do this. It's hard to do this while I'm doing that with the soccer ball. And we came back and we explained it to him. Like, think about when you first, how did you play Fortnite? Yes, we do allow him to play Fortnite. Think about how when you first learned that, you had to watch the screen, but also work, you know, your left hand, your left thumb, your right thumb, your pointer fingers on the top part to aim and all that stuff. You didn't know how to use it. So it's really improving your hand-eye coordination and reaction time as well that sharpens reflexes, believe it or not. And I'm not saying let them sit behind gaming all the time. I mean, there's some gamers, some kids that are 15, 16 years old that are these stars that make millions of dollars.
Yeah.
And they have Fortnite skins.
Yeah.
But we set limits for how much our kids can play or how much they can watch TV. But yeah, I don't think that video games are 100% bad.
No. And also I don't think that video games, like being a proficient gamer, is going to make you like an amazing athlete either.
No. No, but it does wire your brain in a way in certain things.
Yeah.
Right?
And making that connection for him kind of opened his eyes so that he was able to kind of realize that, oh yeah, I guess you're right. I guess I could try doing this. I guess I could, work on my goalie skills. I guess I could, do these drills.
Now, let's talk about one more thing before we wrap it up, because it just came back to my mind when I was like, I don't think that video games are all bad. If anybody listened to our first couple episodes, we talked about Roblox.
Oh, yeah, that one's terrible.
Yeah. We talked about Roblox on how, and we'll just refresh your memory. The kids were on their Kindle. I think it was Preston or Brayden.
It was Brayden.
And he was playing Roblox, and we thought it was safe. And they have a lockdown kids Kindle. And we go in there and we see that he's playing in some type of private room inside of Roblox where the point of the game was that they were in the hospital, behind every curtain was a Peppa the Pig, and you were basically murdering Peppa the Pig. Right?
Yeah.
So we said that before, like we banned it, and we told, our listeners, hey, do not do this, or do not let your kids play Roblox. It's horrible. So come to find out, what was it, 1 month ago or something like that? I'm trying to look it up.
I don't know.
Roblox is facing a wave of lawsuits related to child safety failures, including claims of sexual exploitation, grooming, and promoting gambling to minors.
Yes. See?
So, stay away from it. It's not trustworthy, even if it is on your lockdown system, like a Kindle, for like a kid's Kindle or a kid's phone. Somehow there's some way they're able to put these private lobbies or private servers on there to where your kids can get into it, and it's no good.
Yeah, and I mean, even like some of the kids still play Roblox that like Brayden hangs out with, and they'll like call him and be like, "Hey, do you want to hop on and play?" And Brayden's like, I don't play. I can't play that." And then I find out like who he's talking to or like who's asking him to play, and I'm like, how does that family not know?
Do you reach out?
No, because it's also kind of I don't know. I probably would.
I would just send them the article. It's nosy, but I would just send them the article.
Hey, I know we don't talk, but here's how you're failing as a parent.
No, just give them a business card with like the episode number of ours. Just like, here, listen to this. You want to be a better parent?
Because we're amazing.
Yeah, right. So once again, we're excited to be back. I'm excited to start recording again. Deanna is as well. And I'm going to end this since, we left you hanging. I'm going to end this with a real life confession. As far as, some of the struggles with the kids, there were certain times during the summer that I did want to record an episode, and I know Deanna did too. And it kind of relied most on me to want to do it for kind of her to want to do it. Cause we're a team.
And I'm a follower.
No. But when we were dealing with these issues, with Max and his sugar intake and his attitude, and then, our teenager, as soon as he hit the teenage years, there was like a switch that flipped.
Oh yeah, that was the worst part of the summer.
And
I blocked that out already.
Yeah, I did not feel like coming on here and, doing an episode. Because all of our episodes, we all sound fun and happy and like we have the right advice.
Yeah.
We didn't have the right advice then. We did not know what to do. And maybe that's the wrong thing. Maybe we should have recorded an episode like telling you the struggle that we were going through right now. And maybe you guys could have helped us out or gave us an idea. But
yeah, nobody told us. Never once did anybody tell us that if you had that big of an age gap, like there's 8 years, 7 or 8 years between Max and Preston. Okay. They are going to eventually go through the same transition, but
the same attitude change.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so we had Max go through this like terrible 5.
Yeah.
Terrible 4s, terrible 5 thing. And then Preston go through his teenage transition with his
Rebellion
attitude.
Yeah.
And it was like we had 2 kids in the same phase with the same level of emotional maturity.
Yeah.
It was terrible. And then Brayden was just the middle kid that just existed.
Yeah, we rewarded him for how good he was being. And this is just the way I am. When I don't have the answer to something or I'm not positive on how to fix something, I just go quiet. And it's definitely not a time when I'm like, you know what? Let's sit down and talk about it.
Yeah.
That's not me. But maybe that's what we should do going forward when there's issues, and ask the listeners if you have any advice, or just kind of just vent, and maybe you're going through the same thing. And we can help each other out. So that's my little confession to you guys. But once again, we're excited. We're back. We're going to record another episode after this one, so you guys will have 2 back to back. Pow pow. We hope you guys enjoy. Once again, I'm Matt.
I'm Deanna.
And this is Chasing Balance.
Real life parenting, one conversation at a time.
We'll see you guys later.
Bye.